Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at some of the other techniques we use, things you might use during a rehearsal or a run-through. They may not be as common as the things that we use in the other video, but it still helps to know and it can still get you through some situations. So first of all, say in this first situation, one of our WAV files is too loud. Um, what you want to do, so say for instance we're doing the song For Your Glory, and it turns out one of our guitar wave files is too loud. So what you want to do is locate the wave file that's too loud. So if we know it's one of our guitars, we go to our guitar group folder, open it up like that, and then we took a look at the wave file. So say it's this first one here that looks pretty big. So we want to adjust the level of this wave file. So what you do is click on it. Once you click on it, you'll see some information. You'll see the WAV file right here, and you'll see some other information on it. So barely all we need to do is just bring it down, click on this arrow, and pull it down. You'll see visually that the WAV file will get smaller, and then there you go. If on the other way, if you need to turn it up, you just move it up. But we want to turn it down. And I've found that roughly about this size, just kind of eyeballing the WAV files, roughly around this size here ends to be about a good level, to start with. Ask a sound guy if that's good or not, if that works. And if you need to bring it down, bring it down, bring it up again. So it's really that simple. Now, what's very important, once you do this, you need to click out of here just by going to this area and just click anywhere in there. And then that will go away. Now you're back here. So that's our first thing. Now, say we also need to add or delete some space between songs. Now, I actually haven't adjusted the timing between these songs yet for this worship set yet, so there's actually a whole lot of space. Let's actually go to right after the second song and kind of expand a bit. There's actually a whole lot of time here that we need to, because that's a whole lot of waiting time. So what I'm going to do is cut some time in between. So what I'm going to do is pick the start of a measure and then drag across, and I'm going to cut all this time. So I highlight this area here, and then I go to Edit, and then I click Cut Time, and then it moves back. Brings everything back and it cuts the time. I'll still have to work with this. This is still quite a bit of time, and we don't want to go that much. Now, say we want to do the opposite. Say we've cut way too much time and we're going into the next song maybe a little too quick. We want to just kind of linger a little bit. What you do is you do the opposite. Highlight a measure or two, and then go to Edit and click Duplicate Time. Once you do that, it's going to duplicate those two measures and push everything forward 2 measures. You can also do like smaller increments. You can do like 1 measure at a time, so it just moves bit by bit, and just see how that works. Now, one very, very important thing, when you highlight an area to cut or to duplicate, you need to make sure the measures are clear, that there's no WAV files or any of this red tempo track or anything in the way. Because for instance, if you were to say duplicate that, what happens is you duplicate not only this measure but then everything else, and that can sound kind of weird. You're adding stuff that you didn't necessarily want to add. Let me undo that. Praise the Lord for undo. And so what you want to do, you want to go to a clear way that's clear all the way down. Now, if you don't have that option, you're not out of luck. What you do, it just takes a little bit more time. What you have to do is go and push back, open up the WAV files and push whatever WAV files are there back a bit. So what I'm doing is clicking on the edge. This cursor becomes a bracket, and then I click on it and push it off to the side. Now it's still there. You haven't deleted anything. And once you have duplicated or cut the time, you can drag it right back out, just like that, and it's still there. It's what they call non-destructive editing. That's my fancy term for the day. So that's how you add or delete space between songs. Now, say the other thing you want to do, say we need an additional guide cue. Say we're going to do say like this in this song here, this chorus here, we want to repeat the chorus, but say we want to do it softly. So it might be helpful to have the guide lady say the word softly, repeat chorus, and then softly. So what we'll do, just so we have that reminder, we'll go over to this folder right here. It says Guide Wave Files. Click it open, and it expands. And then there's all these different sayings here where she says 1, 2, 3, 4. She says it fast, she says it slow, she counts to 6. And then it go down a little further, and there's all these little directions here. Continue to build. End. Things like that. We want to look for the word softly. We got the word softly right here. Softly. Good. So what we want to do is click on that and drag it over there. So now when we get to this part, it'll say repeat chorus softly. Okay. Now I'm not going to keep that, so I'm going to let go of that. But that's how you do it. Just simply drag it over into your measure, into the guide track, and then she will say it. Finally, one last thing. Say you have a wave file, like for instance, this song here is Never Gonna Stop Singing. It has a really long. The original song has a very, very long ending, final chord. The final chord goes on for a long, long, long time. It's a big arena rock ending. So say we're not going that long, because they go a good 30 seconds almost with that final chord. Say what you want to do. Say we're using the bass track, and we don't want to go that long. But at the same time, if we just like delete it, then you're going to hear you're just going to hear it end abruptly. You're going to hear this boom, and then all of a sudden it quits. Well, we don't want that either, because that's just not very natural. So what we want to do, well, extend this out a little bit more. So what we want to do is have it automatically fade down instead of just going boom. So what we're going to do is we find this track, and over here in this area is where we do an automated fade down. The way to do that, go over here where right underneath the word audio, and click on this menu. Click the word mixer. Go down here, and we want to choose track volume. What's going to happen is you'll see this red line, and you click on the line to create 2 points. There's 1 point, our starting point, and there's our end point. So you take your end point and drag it down. This is the volume. You can drag it down to whatever volume you want. You could only go halfway. We're going to go down all the way. So now when you listen to this, he's going. And now, instead of just ending abruptly, it fades down. So now the other thing to do with that, though, is you have to create 2 more points, a starting point and an end point, to bring the volume back up, because if you're using this same track for the next wave file, then you want to make sure the volume kicks back up again. So you just do a straight beeline straight up to 0 decibels, and then it's up and ready to go for the next song. So that's just a couple more advanced techniques, if you will, for things you might do during our service run-throughs or our rehearsals. Hope that helps you. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll talk to you later.